Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a Tuesday in my life. I wanted to start this video out by showing you my at-home morning routine on days when I work from home. I've been really trying to romanticize the colder weather, the fact that it's so dark when I wake up in the mornings, and so I like to just create a cozy ambiance for myself at home by lighting some candles and turning on my salt lamp. Of course, I make a tea, and I love to sit on my couch and read and journal in the morning. Whenever I do this first thing in the morning, I swear I just have such a better day. I'm so much more clear and level-headed, and it really just sets the day on the right tone. Today I woke up really hungry, so I decided to make some oats just to keep up with the warm and cozy feeling. I made them on the stovetop, and then I added some hemp hearts and some peanut butter and jam for protein and flavor, and it was so good, so cozy. I also this morning had a little something unexpected happen, which was I received an urgent call from one of my contract clients saying that they needed some help with something. So at 7:45 in the morning, when I was planning on walking Maggie, I went over to my desk and sat down and got to work for them.
Take me to the jungle. Teach me tiger law. Read to me a poem.
Go for a walk.
Sing to you a song. Drunk in my devotion. Laid out on your chest.
We finally got out and it was glorious. The sun was shining. It was a beautiful, crisp fall day. Still some flowers left over and the leaves on the ground, as you can see, and it was gorgeous. We walked all the way down to the water, which was really, really nice. Maggie was super happy. She found a stick to play with, and she was in heaven. It was wonderful.
Oh my God. No way. No way. That's crazy.
Back together. You could call it a vision or tether.
Hi guys. So what you just saw was a pretty typical fall morning routine for me on days when I do not go into the spin studio to work. So on days when I wake up in my own house and I don't have to rush out the door. That was really fun to film, and I was thinking of actually doing a more in-depth one, so let me know if you would like to see that video. But today's video is going to be a pretty typical workday vlog. Like I said, today is Tuesday and we've got a busy day ahead of us. I also have some exciting life updates that I want to share, some really positive news, and we'll talk about all of that later. I'm just so happy that you're here, so happy to be vlogging today. So thank you for being here. If you are new, my name is Zoe and I would love for you to subscribe. Also, whether or not you're new, guys, please give this video a thumbs up because it really supports my channel. And that's that. So everything this morning was typical except for the little work emergency that actually has never happened to me before, where I have to like drop what I'm doing at 7:45 and like get to work. But it's okay. It kind of put me, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of put me in like a little bit of a grumpy state for, I want to say like 15 minutes. But then once I went out and got on my walk, I was like, okay, it is what it is. There's nothing we can do. Also, as a freelancer, I charge a rush fee for any time a client of mine is like, hey, we need this right away, and it wasn't planned for it to be right away. I charge a rush fee as compensation for basically dropping other work and getting to that. So it's okay, it's all good. And if you're a freelancer or a contractor, I would love to know, do you do the same? I didn't really take anyone's advice by doing that. I just figured it was fair. But I know some of you are freelancers and I'd love to hear from you. So back to the present moment, I have about an hour and a half before my first scheduled call of the day. What I want to get done in that time is edit a video that I would like to upload tonight. So my desk is right there. We're gonna head over there. I also need to do my agenda for the day. I can't believe it's like 10:45 and I haven't done my agenda, but that's what happens when you mess with my morning routine. Just went and grabbed it. I have quite a few tasks from yesterday that need to be transferred over to today. And then, yeah, video editing. It's gonna be pretty typical day, so I figured it's a good day for a vlog. Also, I just want to say I just put on makeup and I'm looking at myself in the viewfinder, and I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, Zoe, the reason I put on makeup is because I think I'm getting sick and I feel like it was showing on my face. So I was like, let me put on some makeup to like brighten up my face and like hopefully, you know, keep me energized. And I don't know. But anyways, all of that on my makeup to say that I have a question for you guys. I need your advice. If any of you have ever experienced this, please chime in. I have developed this like eczema on my eye. It's like a patch of very, very dry skin on my eye. I thought it was an allergy. I thought it was a whole bunch of things. And then finally I just went to the pharmacy and the pharmacist looked at it and she was like, I'm pretty sure that's eczema, and gave me like an over-the-counter ointment for it. And the ointment works. However, anytime I eat sugar or anytime I eat something too salty, basically junk food, if I eat junk food, the eczema on my eye comes back. It's only on one eye. It's super strange. I'm 26 and I've never had this. I kind of thought eczema was something that you like are born with. I know that's weird, but I thought, because my sister has eczema and she's had it like her whole life, so I always just assumed that you kind of like had eczema or you don't, and that I didn't have it because like I'm 26 and now it's popping up. So if you've ever experienced that, please let me know. Like, am I gonna have this for the rest of my life? Is there a way to like make it go away that's better than the ointment? Please let me know. This is the cream that I've been using. If any of you do struggle with this and you are looking for like a sort of temporary solution, I feel like the only thing with this is you put it on, after a day or two, it makes the eczema flare go away. But then as soon as I eat sugar, like if I drink a can of Coke, it's back. So, I mean, this works. It keeps it leaving, but it doesn't prevent it from coming back. Yeah. Anyways, luckily, it's really not the end of the world. It doesn't itch. It doesn't hurt. It's just my eye looks a bit red. Sometimes it's swollen too. Oh my God, the other one is alcohol. If I have alcohol, it's like boom, and it's really strange. It's like it only started happening when I stopped having alcohol, that now when I do have it on those like rare occasions, it flares up. Anyways, that's very like me to talk for 7 minutes when I'm like, oh my God, I'm grumpy because I couldn't, you know, get to work on time. And then I'm just like, I just love you guys and I love chatting with you all. So thanks for listening. I'm gonna put you guys down. Let's do my agenda and get to work. Do you guys know what this is? Did you watch that video? If you didn't, I will link it below.
Let the days be past, days of trying. Give up the aim of perfection. Trust the simple ways and let it go. Easy.
I just made a little second breakfast. I'm calling it second breakfast even though it's almost lunchtime, because I know I'm gonna eat again later. I'm so hungry today. I'm like ravenous and I'm craving a sandwich. So I'm like about to eat this, but already excited for my lunch later. Ooh, I made it spicy. Anyway, I have like 5 minutes to eat this before my call. It's really hot, so we'll see how that goes. Eggs on toast is just the ultimate go-to, and it can be breakfast, it can be lunch, it could even be dinner if you want it to be. Look at my dog, you guys. Sorry for my shaky hands, but she's just like upstairs on my bed in the loft like, hey, how's it going? Just lounging. I'm jealous of you, girl. I'm freaking out, you guys. I'm so happy. I just finished that call and it went great. Basically, so it's kind of complicated to explain, but basically a subscriber named Deborah reached out and she was offering to help me out with some of my YouTube stuff. It's so funny talking about this because I know she's going to watch. But she was offering to help me out with some of my YouTube stuff to like improve my SEO, look at my thumbnails, with eventually the goal of like growing my YouTube channel and also growing potential brand deals. She's so amazing. I feel like we've developed a friendship through the virtual screen. She lives in France. And anyways, she has decided to start her own agency to work with influencers, specifically influencers who, like me, have other jobs, and it's called the 5 to 9 Crew. Hopefully she's okay with me telling you guys all of this. Called the 5 to 9 Crew, and basically she asked me today if I would like to be a part of her agency, have her help me out, kind of represent me, part manager I want to say, and part kind of like assistant and support and encouragement, analytics, like everything. So of course I said yes because I just think she's amazing. I also think that help is never a bad thing. Like even though YouTube is like a very kind of independent job, it's so nice to have someone to talk about it with and to give you insights, give you advice, help take you out of your own head a little bit. I like how it feels like two people coming together to support one another rather than joining an agency that you kind of feel like a number and you feel like they're just helping you to try and get stuff out of you. So it feels really nice to kind of come together this way, and it's amazing. So yeah, I'm super grateful for that. Shout out to you, Deborah. This is actually like the perfect time to segue over to the couch and we'll do our little life update chat. Maggie, you want to come? You want to join us for this? Come. Come. Yay! Come here. You're so cute. Thanks for being here. Okay, so I have quite a few life updates. I put them on my phone, some things that I wanted to talk about. So ever since coming back from Colombia, so let's call it the end of September, the last couple weeks of September, something in my life has flipped, and it has flipped for the better. And I cannot explain to you guys the fog that has lifted, the weight off of my shoulders. And it just feels like something inside of me has like clicked back into place. I don't know how to explain what was wrong this summer because literally nothing was wrong. It's almost just like the chemicals in my brain were not balanced. You know what I mean? I had a discussion with JS and he was like, you keep saying you had a bad summer, Zoey, but like reflect on your summer. Look at all the amazing things you did. You took a little trip every single month. Like we did all of these things. Like I look at your summer and I see that you had a great summer. Like, why can't you see that? And it's like, this is the thing with mental health sometimes is it's not a matter of what's going on around you. It's not a matter of the physical things that you own or that you have. Not even like the fact that you have a boyfriend and best friends and like whatever. Sometimes your mind is just dark a little bit. And anyway, that's not where I want to go. But I just want to say that something has clicked back into place. I do think that I can pinpoint the moment that it happened, which is cool because it was literally on camera. And that is when I restarted my job at the spin studio. I had this feeling on the way to work where there was a voice in my head that said, welcome back to the world, Zoey. Like, welcome back to real life. And I think it's because since 2020, I have been very shut in my apartment. Yes, I've been doing fun things. Yes, I've been seeing friends. You know, life changed so much over those 2 years, even though I was shut in. Like I got a dog, I got a boyfriend, like things happened. It's not like nothing happened, but I was missing that feeling like you're a part of the world because I was working from home. My job wasn't very collaborative, so it's not like I was on calls all the time. It's not like I was talking to people all the time. For most of my day, I was very alone, and not only alone, but not really talking to anyone. And I do think there is something healthy about just being out in the world, and it's a different kind of loneliness than I've ever experienced before, because the loneliness that I've experienced before was loneliness surrounding friends, loneliness surrounding desiring love in your life. And I kind of thought that that was the only type of loneliness that exists. And so once you've got your friends locked in and once you've got a boyfriend or a partner locked in, then that loneliness should go away. But I got those things and I was met with a different type of loneliness, which was day-to-day loneliness, or superficial loneliness, I want to call it. Or superficial socialization, which is taking the metro, getting in your car and driving somewhere and seeing other people, going to the store and saying thank you when the cashier hands you a receipt, saying hi, how are you? All of those they seemed meaningless interactions and day-to-day activities, COVID took those away, and I didn't realize how much I missed those and how much doing those things make you feel like a person on this earth and like a part of society, and how actually important that is. So that is my theory of what happened and why this thing just clicked back into place, because now I leave the house a couple times a week when, like, aside from walking Maggie and maybe going to pick up takeout, or like once in a while going to the restaurant, or going to my friend's house or my boyfriend's house where I'm extremely comfortable, I wasn't really out in the world, and now I am, and I'm so thankful, and it feels so good. And I'm very grateful for that. And that is the point that I wrote down that I want to talk about. I didn't mean to go on this whole rant about loneliness and stuff, but here we are. The point is that I'm very grateful for this opportunity to go back and work at the spin studio. I'm grateful that it worked out. I'm grateful that they took me back. I'm grateful for how fun it is. Like, it's just amazing. And all of that clicking back into place has led me to feel this overwhelming gratitude for the other things that were always there that I wasn't appreciating. Like gratitude for my family and for the people that I love, and for my apartment, and for Maggie. And, you know, it's not to say that I didn't care about them, but I wasn't feeling in my heart all of the appreciation and gratitude that I need to feel. And gratitude is a cool feeling, because it's no matter what happens in your day, if you feel grateful, don't leave. If you feel grateful, that's going to turn your mood around and turn your day around. And so that's kind of this feeling that I've been carrying around with me for the past couple weeks, and it just feels amazing. So I wanted to pass that along to you guys. And the other thing I've been feeling extremely grateful for is all of you, realizing that I get to make and edit videos and film them and interact with you all in the comments and in the Instagram DMs is a literal dream come true. And I'm so grateful for you, you, the person watching this right now. I'm so grateful for you. So thank you for being here. And I feel like we've really made a little community, and it's just incredible. And I'm so grateful for that. And that leads me to the next thing that I'm very excited for, which is life update is Patreon should be launched by now. I am launching a Patreon in two forms: a bonus content subscription and a book club subscription. The book club is really exciting because it's I haven't seen anyone else really do this, where it's a book club that you actually get on a Zoom and we will all chat together about the book and chat about our lives and just basically make a community virtually where we actually speak face to face, because I think that's just so important. So that's what book club is going to be. And then the bonus content is going to be you guys, the Patreon members, will choose what kind of content they want to see: exclusive vlogs, Q&As, interviews with my family or friends, stuff like that. You guys will get to drive that content. So I will link both of those down below if you would like to join. It is a scary new endeavor, but it's also so exciting. So yeah, that's Patreon. I have a little story time that I want to share, but I think we'll share it later on in the video because I just talked so much. So I'm gonna get back to work. I have to finish that video before I can think about any other work that I need to do, because I really want to get that up tonight. And I will tell you guys my little story time in a little bit. Let's go back to my desk. Actually, I don't know if we're gonna be able to leave. I don't know. Also, this girl needs a bath today. She's stinky. Wait. Maggie's gonna do the transition. Ready? Okay, see you guys later. Pew! Not good enough? You want to do it again? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Pew! Okay, time for a late lunch. My day has taken on a bit of a challenging turn, so I'm just like walking away from my desk because sometimes when I sit there for too long and I just get like overwhelmed, like my mind just keeps running with like all the things I have to do. I'm looking at the clock, trying to calculate like how much time I have left. Basically, this video is taking me a very long time to edit. It's a very long video and a lot of like short clips, which is fine. It's just like takes longer. And I have my other 2 contracts like so at the end of the day, that video is my priority because I want to get it up by 5 o'clock tonight. And when you're uploading a video, there's not just a video to think about. You have to afterwards think about your thumbnail and your title and all of that. So it really is a time-consuming process. I love it, but I don't love the feeling of being rushed, which is obviously a self-inflicted feeling. And the reason I'm feeling rushed is because it's starting to be the end of the day. I was hoping to also get some work done for my contracts today. I have like people emailing me. Anyways, it's basically just like a continuation of the thing that happened this morning. They want to meet again today when usually I only give like 3 hours a day and I already spent 2 this morning. So I'm kind of just like, okay, well, you got my time in the morning. I can't give it to you again now. And it's okay. Like, it's just about like setting boundaries, and you have to draw your own limits when you're not like on the clock necessarily. When you're working on a contract basis like this, at the same time, I do want the work. I like the work. So it's just like, I'm just all torn in my head and I'm feeling this self-inflicted pressure. Plus, my other contract sent me an email yesterday and I meant to get to it today, and the day is slipping away from me. So feeling very stressed. I do have plans tonight. I'm going to go see Camilla, and luckily she's understanding like if I'm late, but I had kind of given myself like 5 o'clock finish work, but it's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen that early. Anyways, this is not me complaining. This is me just unraveling everything that's in my mind that makes me feel overwhelmed, which leads to me feeling anxious. If I were to have had a coffee right now, like a mid-afternoon coffee, I'd be buzzing and my heart would be racing. So I'm not doing that. I am going to eat a little sandwich. I'm going to make a sandwich and just take a breather for a moment, because it's always a good idea when you get that overwhelmed feeling to just clear your mind, because I find, toast is ready. I find working in a stressed state, I actually work slower and less efficiently and end up getting less done, which is the whole thing that I'm stressed about anyway. So better to just and then get back to it. Washing the dishes for me is like such a mental break, and it's also the thing that I use to separate tasks. So when I need to like switch my brain from one mode to the other, I'll often go and like make a tea or wash dishes. And a lot of the times I wash dishes at the end of the day to symbolize like, okay, work is done for the day. So work is done for the day, and I've got my little girl here with me. I'm about to go take her to the dog park and meet up with Camilla, but I just wanted to take a moment for myself. The last like 2 hours of work, like since I last updated you guys, were so self-inflictedly stressful. Like I couldn't get myself to like calm down and stop rushing, but I got everything done. I really did. And when I finally like finished and I was like, oh my gosh, I touched my shoulders and I could feel like in your hips here, like your hips this side and your butt, That's where I hold a lot of stress. I think many people do. And I could just feel that my body was so tense. So I was like, I'm gonna come and roll out my yoga mat and just take 5 minutes to myself to do some stretching, because I know it's gonna make me feel a lot better and just help me unwind and have a really fun and relaxing night tonight. This is out of control. This is so cute. What the heck? Oh my gosh, what am I supposed to do? I can't move now. So I'm gonna be a crazy person and do my stretches while we talk, because as promised, I want to tell you guys my little manifestation story time. And I thought of another one just a minute ago while I was washing the dishes. So when was it? Do you guys remember when I went through my like little self-discipline and like habit building kick? I guess that was probably early October, was it? Those were good days. I got to get back to that. But while I was doing that, I was actively working on writing down some manifestations. And one of those things that I was manifesting was, well, there was kind of two under the same category. One was just like an abundance mindset, bringing more money into my life so that I don't feel so stressed about money all the time. And the second, more specifically, was I wanted to bring in money so that I could hire a specialized trainer for Maggie and her separation anxiety. The course costs with tax almost $800, which is crazy, but at the end of the day, me justifying stuff. At the end of the day, it's for her health. It's also for my own health and my ability to leave the house, especially now that I've got this new job. I've got to get her separation anxiety into a place where we're both comfortable when I leave the house. And so I was like, you know what? I made a decision. It's an investment. And I wrote down in my manifestations, the money for Maggie's training is going to fall into my lap. And I didn't know what that would look like. And there were days when I didn't even believe it. And I wrote it down. For a couple weeks, maybe even a month, I wrote that down every day, along with the manifestation that more money is going to come into my life in general. So I went on vacation and I came back, and I really just kind of forgot about those manifestations. Like, I really stopped paying attention to them. I was just like, you know, what will be, will be. I made the commitment to go through with the trainer. I figured I would come up with the money somehow. I figured it was important to me. And last week I was thinking, and now that I work at the spin studio, I no longer need my gym membership that I had prepaid for the whole year. And I was talking about it with JS. I offered it to him. He didn't really want it. I offered it to Camilla. She didn't really want it. And I was like, well, maybe I can like sell it. And I didn't think the gym would allow me to do that, but I figured I should ask anyways. And thank goodness I asked, because they said yes. They were like, yep, you can transfer it. You can figure out the finances between you and the person that you transfer it to. And I'm so lucky I found a really, really nice girl to take it. I say she's nice because we met up and we were chatting during the whole process. And she was really excited. I gave her a really good deal. So the deal that I got is what I sold it for minus taxes. So she doesn't have to pay taxes. I kind of ate that fee, but there was 5 months left on my gym pass. So I received $500 cash kind of out of nowhere because I had already paid for it. So obviously it's not like new money coming into my life. It's me getting back money that I had already spent. But I just took that as a sign, like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Like, I'm pretty sure whoever said yes to me doing that transfer was like just being really nice, because when we went to actually do the transfer, the girl was like, yeah, we don't normally do this. So I just feel really lucky, and that was great. It's a weight off my shoulders. It's a weight off my shoulders to no longer be paying for something that I'm not really going to use to its full potential and to its full value. It's nice to be able to pass it along to someone else who will use it. And then it is so amazing to get that money back to pay for her training. And we had the first training session last night. We met with the trainer. She's great. I love the method, and I just know deep in my heart this is going to work, because she is like a psychologist for dogs, and she really treats the separation anxiety as a phobia rather than any of the other articles that I read, any of the other trainers that I spoke to. It was like, well, go back and crate train her, give her treats, try this, try that. And those things work if the separation anxiety is mild, but hers is out of control, insane, and those things just didn't work. So her philosophy is like, we're not going to use a crate. If she hates the crate, we're not using it. We don't want to distract them with food. We really want them to no longer be afraid of you leaving and of them being alone. So I really liked her. I have a great feeling about this. It's going to be a long process. Like, I'm very realistic with the results that I have in mind. She said it can take up to 6 months to be able to leave your dog alone for 8 hours, which obviously won't happen every single day. It would be like maximum a once a week kind of situation. But that's just a really exciting update, because a big part of the reason, like after COVID, why I wasn't leaving the house was because Maggie would freak out every single time that I did, causing me to freak out. And it's just, if you've suffered with if you've dealt with a dog with separation anxiety, you know how like gut-wrenching and heartbreaking it is on both parties. So I'm really excited to get that fixed. And then just continuing quickly, I received a payment from a sponsorship who kind of ghosted me. This was a contract from 2021. They owed me a very decent sum of money and they never paid me. Followed up, never heard back. And finally, I kept following up, got in touch with someone, and I got paid. So again, another delayed payment. But it's like, you know how I was talking about that block earlier? It's like removing that block also removed a bit of a money block, and then that started allowing some financial abundance to flow in, which, I mean, that sort of sounds like mumbo jumbo if you don't believe in this stuff, but if you do, you know exactly what I mean. And whatever the cause, whatever the reason, I am just so incredibly grateful for it, because the feeling of worrying about money is a horrible feeling. And I'm so grateful that money is starting to flow in. I am so incredibly grateful. The last little manifestation story time actually happened last night. I received a DM on my phone from a dream brand, a brand that I have been purchasing since I was in elementary school, like probably since the 5th grade. I have been shopping there, and they DM'd me on Instagram last night asking what the best way to contact me is to collaborate. Haven't heard from them yet in the emails, but I just have a really strong feeling that something is going to work out. And the reason it's a manifestation is because this summer I walk past that building, we'll say, with Camilla, and I was like, I really want to work with them. I love that store. And I was also just, okay, it's a store. I was also just in there the other day trying on clothes, and that to receive a DM from them, I instantly called Camilla like screaming. So I just feel like really good things are on the way, and I'm sharing this with you all so that you know that like for you as well, it is possible. Anything you think of, anything, it's just, yeah, it feels good to feel good, and I want to share the positive vibes with you guys. So thank you so much for listening. I guess I didn't really do that much of a stretch. Oh my God, that feels so good. Anyway, let's go to the dog park and go see Camilla. Good just put on my super thick night moisturizer. I always leave a cream up here so that I can do skincare from bed when I get out of the shower and I just want to be all cozy. I'm gonna watch some Gilmore Girls in bed because it's a treat yourself kind of night. Today was a good day. It was a little bit stressful. It was a lot fun. It was just a good day. Had a really nice time with Camilla. We made some HelloFresh and we watched that dating show on Netflix called, I think it's called Dated and Related. It's so bad. It's so bad. If you've watched it, let me know your thoughts. I'm gonna try and drink as much water as I can, which is probably a bad idea, but I feel really thirsty. And I'm gonna watch Gilmore Girls because it's a treat yourself kind of night. I just feel super, super cozy and it feels nice. Also, like you guys saw, I gave Maggie a bath, so she's all wet and yucky right now, but tomorrow morning she'll be clean and beautiful. She's on the bed with me right now. So that's a wrap on today. It was such a good day, even better because you guys came along. So thank you so much for spending the day with me. It really means the world to me and I'm super, super grateful. If you would like to spend more time together, you can check out my Patreon. I will have it linked down below for extra content as well as the book club option if that interests you. I will put the links to those down below as well as the explainer video. And I will see you all in my next video. I love you so much. Bye.